It's fantasy football time, motherfuckers. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is year number 8, I think. Not. It's year 8. And of course, we are back once again with another stellar episode of Fantasy Football Power Rankings of the preseason. The over-under for me doing this series the entire year is currently at plus 500. Let me write that on the board actually real quick. If you see that number increase or decrease, that means the likelihood of me wanting to do this is either dissipating or increasing. So, big words. We're using big words. We're back in college full time now. It's pretty interesting. So yeah, we have the Power Rankings board right here. It is a stellar board. We have JJ, George, Joey, Nick, Lance, Jacques, Daniel, Lionel, Esmeralda, and hold on a second. There's a spelling up here. 1 second, please. That's better. So we have ourselves the fantasy football power rankings here to start off the season. A couple things have changed that need to be explained about. Last year was a weird year for football in general, but fantasy football for our league in general. First things first, we have 4 new people to welcome into our league. We have JJ, the new top dog, who has no relation to Nick whatsoever, but is a friend of Nick. We have Daniel, the father of Nick. So if anybody hates him or wants to be mad about him existing, you know who to blame now. You have Lionel, related to Nick. He said uncle, I think. Maybe that's his dad. I don't know. The point is, one of them is Nick's father. So if you're hating that he's here, blame them. And then you have Esmeralda, the girlfriend of Nick. We're watching your trades, motherfucker. Don't act like we ain't surprised some shit's gonna happen. So just remember that. We're watching you like a hawk. We've got ourselves a brand new influx of talent into this league. I think talent's a bit of a strong word. People into the league. I think people's a better word. People are in the league now, but as you can see, the board is pretty well maintained. But the biggest thing we have to talk about, of course, in my opinion, is last year's winner. So I'm sure you all watch football because you're in this, and you pretty much know what happened in that game against those two teams with that man, who thankfully is okay, but it definitely sent a bit of an issue with the making the champion of the champion of us crowning him. Because if we went by the legitimate rules of this person is going to be champion, this person is going to be who ESPN says, Chris would have won. Chris isn't here anymore. But if we go by the person who we calculated, which I don't trust any of us to do math, especially not you. So, yeah, George Witt won the league. So either Chris, who I don't think has watched a down of football in his life, has won twice, or George, who is part of the Acker family, has won twice. So either way, we're in a bit of a quandary here about that. But I'm going to go ahead and say that whatever you want to recognize as your champion, he is your champion. This year, hopefully nobody will almost die on a football field. So we should get to a definitive winner. So if you want to call George a Fugazi champion, you can go ahead and do that. You can just call him an asshole too if you want to. There's no relation to him winning. I feel like it'd be funny if you did. And then of course, if you wanted to just say Chris is the champion, Chris is who's no longer with us. Yes, former players. I'm gonna make a little tombstone graveyard down here of former players for you to memorize. I'm gonna start with Sam. No, not Sam. Sam's still here, unfortunately. I'm gonna go. It's Eric, Chris, Aaron, Ethan, and Brandon. Almost forgot about you, Brandon. But yeah, that'll be that. So that's all I've got for this week's fantasy football power rankings. I don't really have any explanations. This is just kind of how I was feeling when I made the rankings. I went mostly off of who was top projected points, and you know why you're number 10. So that's all I got for you. I hope you all have a great week in fantasy, except you. I hope you have a terrible week. You know who you are. You know what you've done. Take care.